Okay, I'm the last speaker. I'll try to make it short, try to make it sweet. Advertising in general, and Jeff has said this, and I like quoting Jeff, it should be honest and you should try not to misrepresent and mislead. This is clearly defined in the Consumer Protection Law. Section 2 states that a dealer must not do anything which is liable to mislead the consumer in any substantive element of the transaction. This applies to advertising as well. Now, you may argue that looking at Section 2, which prohibits misleading consumers, should probably prohibit sponsored content, because sponsored content at the end of the day is not honest. It does mislead to a certain extent because it blurs the border between artistic content of the program itself and the commercial interests of the advertiser. But the legislator went one step further. In Section 7 of the Consumer Protection Law, it says that an advertisement which may cause a reasonable man to assume that he is not viewing an advertisement will be considered misleading, even though the content is not misleading. That basically hits the nail, if you ask my opinion. It really says that it really prohibits sponsored content. Even more so, sponsored content on television, which is probably the most popular type of sponsored content, is clearly prohibited from Section 9 of the advertisement on television, on the radio. And the second authority rules on advertisements and ethics on television clearly prohibit concealed advertisements. It states, a franchise holder may not broadcast any item which is advertisement except in an advertisement. That clearly prohibits sponsored content. Section 9, mentioning prize providers, you may consider this what's the word? It's exempt from it. You can provide. You can mention prize providers. When I think of prize providers, a good example is, do you remember the show, the movie, the quiz show? What was that? The movie 21, the quiz show 21. It was a movie whereby prize providers were mentioned. Sponsored broadcasting, okay? A good example for sponsored broadcasting is when you have a verbal announcement saying, this program is sponsored by X, Y, and Z. This is allowed. This is allowed provided that the verbal announcement is clear. You can only mention the verbal announcement maybe 3 times within the program, and it can only be in certain types of programs. You can provide a slogan saying that, a catchy slogan saying, Nike, just do it, but you can't provide a very sophisticated slogan. You can't compare your products to different products. But you can basically say this program is sponsored by, with just a little slogan and a bit more information. When I think of sponsored content, I think of this recent program that was broadcasted on Channel 2. It was broadcasted, it's called, a program called Taking Control. Taking Control. And some state that Bank Hapoalim sponsored it in its sponsored content. Now, Bank Hapoalim, if you will notice, its logo is a diamond. And it uses the color red quite through its advertisements. Channel 2 aired a program not long ago called Taking Control. Okay? You will notice that the colors of the program throughout the program are red. You will notice the diamond, the red diamond. Now, Bank Hapoalim is the biggest bank in Israel. Hapoalim is the name of the bank, but yet they're using it here within the program as a verb. Now, most of you don't speak Hebrew, but when Bank Hapoalim, it's the name of the bank, and the program is Poalim Chacham, they're basically using the word Poalim in a verb. And they're using the diamond, the red diamond, and before you know it, you're associating it with Bank Hapoalim. So it's quite sophisticated when you think about it. This program called Taking Control, all right, its logo, and not only its logo, it had a slogan called Taking Control. Taking Control basically was taking control of your financial underdoings, the way you handled your financial things within your family. Okay, basically you don't spend more than you earn. And that's what the program was about. Now, Bank Hapoalim, every now and again within the program, the family would get advice from financial advisors. Now, the financial advisors happened to be bankers from Bank Hapoalim. So it was subconscious, it was sophisticated, but then it does the job. Is there any way of playing this?
Yeah, just click on it. Here, I'll show you.
Maybe I
Bear with me, it's 29 seconds. Look at the logo. Okay, look at the logo, and look at the word Up Control. Look at the color red. Look at the word control, and look at the word poalim, and look at the red diamond. Now, you look at the program Taking Control. Okay, they taking control here, and poalim was using the term up control, the color red, and the red diamond. And then you had experts within Bank Hapoalim giving advice to the poor family on how to take care of their financial affairs. So that, I think, is probably the future of sponsored content. You will have much more sophisticated content with people not realizing that it's an advertisement, but it is an advertisement and it'll affect you at the end of the day. That's about it. Thank you very much.